I saw this black creator make a video where he was talking about how black people who grew up on the West Coast have a very, very different experience than the majority of black people in the United States. And I think that's absolutely true. And it made me start kind of thinking about something that I've been working through over these last few years since I moved to Washington, D.C. I can't even talk because this is very vulnerable. Ooh, okay. Being a black person from the Pacific Northwest and being a black person in particular from Seattle is honestly probably one of my biggest insecurities in general. And it's weird to say that out loud and to kind of like conceptualize it because I really think that it's hard for people to understand. The vast majority of black people live either in the South or on the East Coast, right? Like vast majority, and it gets less and less as you move more west. I would think probably like 5% of the black population lives on the West Coast, and of that 5%, probably 80 or 90% of that 5% are in California. So in the Pacific Northwest, yeah, there's not a lot of us, right? And the way I describe growing up in Washington State, even somewhere like Seattle, it's not that I was necessarily dealing with just overt hatred of black people, although there was that. It's more of just feeling like a sideshow freak. Yeah, feeling like you're constantly being observed and watched, and there's like a very a weird kind of curiosity that you know is not rooted in anything good. Yeah, and I think, it's definitely where some of my perfectionist tendencies come from. I'm working through that, right? Of always, I know now that I don't live in that environment, I guess, just the ways that it's impacted the way that I move through the world and how on guard I can be without even realizing it. There's that. But then there's also, I don't know, now that I live in DC and I'm going to stay on the East Coast, I feel like a reflex to even just explain myself, of like why did I grow up there? Like explaining like X, Y, and Z, blah 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 blah, to as if I need to like justify why I grew up somewhere where there was nobody that looked like me. I don't know. I don't feel like enough of us are talking about this.